Oh hey, this is Trav, and this is my friend Kimball.
Howdy.
Kimball's gonna be helping our neighbors out today. They've got a frost-free hydrant that has split. He's got his backhoe right here, as you can see behind us. We're gonna get this thing unloaded and get started. What do you think about that?
Let's get going.
I'm in the crawl space underneath the house. We need to shut off the main water and the electrical as well. Kimball just started up the Mini X. He's gonna take it off the trailer. Look how that thing tilts, and off he goes. Call 811 locate before you dig.
The locate service will come out and tell you what's buried under there, whether it's a gas line, power, television, or anything, whatever's down there.
All right, Kimball's digging out a scoop here. We're draining the pressure off of the pressure tank. That bladder is slowly going down under the house. That's a lot of shovelfuls right there. This Mini X makes short work of this digging business.
One scoop, one of these scoops is 30 shovelfuls.
30 shovelfuls, one scoop. That is wonderful.
That right there is about 35 shovelfuls.
There's the elbow right there. So we're gonna use a pipe wrench here and remove this old one so we can replace the new. Got to get in here like this with the shovel and do all that hand digging, the fine work to get in here close. So you can see here where the hydrant comes down into the ground. This is only a 2-foot bury. Kind of surprising. The one at our place we replaced last year, 6-foot bury, which means that it's 6 feet below the surface. This one's 2 feet down. Here's where the line comes in. It's clamped off this nipple. There's a street elbow right here that comes up in the bottom of this hydrant. This opening right here is when you shut off the water. You turn off this handle up here, and the gravity will let the water drain all the way down and out through this hole right here. This drains back into the ground. That way the winter can get as cold as it wants, and that there's no water in the pipe to freeze and burst, as you can see this one has in the past. So I'm gonna put this pipe wrench here on this street elbow down underneath here to hold it tight. And then we're gonna take this big crescent wrench and we're gonna use this thing and we're gonna turn this pipe out of here.
It's imperative that you don't put the pipe wrench on here. When you get the new one, you'll see on the warning to put the pipe wrench on the brass fitting down there, not on the pipe itself.
He's talking put the crescent wrench right here on the brass fitting itself rather than up here on this pipe, okay? So we're gonna hold this with the pipe wrench, the street elbow, and we're gonna get the crescent wrench down here and we're gonna put it on this brass fitting itself, and then we're going to break this free and remove this hydrant. There's a hex nut on the bottom of this that we're going to use to twist this free. Well, when we talk about one of these frost-free hydrants, when we say the word hydrant, most people think of a fire hydrant, but this is a frost-free hydrant or yard hydrant. It's got a 1-inch pipe going down to that brass fitting at the bottom with that bleeder valve, so when you shut this off it can drain. There's a plunger in here, you can see it right here. When you open the handle, that lifts up. Down at the base there's a rubber seal that fits into a seat. That opens up, allowing water to come up and out of your spigot here. Then when you shut this down, it pushes this rod back down and it seals, not up here, but clear down at the base. And then when it shuts off, that's when gravity pulls the water and allows it to drain out that bleeder valve. And then it doesn't freeze in the winter. thus the name frost-free hydrant. This one happens to be a Clayton Mark. There's a Merrill frost-free hydrant you'll notice at the beginning of Outdoors with Trav. Okay, here's the new hydrant. It's an off-brand, but it's gonna work just fine. You can see here's the bleeder valve where the water flows out. And inside here you can see that rubber plunger up against the seat. Now I'm gonna take a little Teflon tape, put it around these threads, put it on there clockwise, so when we thread on the new fitting, it tightens the tape as opposed to loosening. Here we go. All right, the new hydrant's coming down. We're gonna get that started. We're able to hold this tight so it didn't turn while turning the brass fitting. And we've got our new hydrant aiming the direction we want it to be. If Kimball could, he'd turn that on right now and blast me with ice cold water. Now we're gonna turn the water back on with this ball valve here. Go to our power box here. Flip it back to on. You can hear the water's coming in, filling up the pressure tank. We're gonna go out there and have beautiful water coming out of our frost-free hydrant. And look at that! Beautiful, fresh, clean water.
See how it's draining?
Oh yeah, and there it is. We've shut it off. You can see that valve is gravity-fed pressure being released right out through that bleeder valve. Beautiful. Now the man, the myth, is going to replace this soil back into the hole. While we're holding this up about as straight as we possibly can, I'm going to get a bunch of sand and fill it in around that so it's easy for that water to bleed out into the sand. Very nice. Here it is, all done. We left a little pile as it'll settle. Looks really good now. I got my shovel right there by it and the dog. How about that? A job well done. Kimball, a quick question. What was your favorite part of replacing this frost-free hydrant today?
My favorite part is actually sitting in the mini X digging. That's a lot of fun, actually. Really is.
There's the mini X, ready to head home.
Everyone should have a maniac like that.
Everyone should have a mini X, huh? All right, Kimball, well, a job well done. I'm proud to know you. Anything to say?
Thank you, likewise.